This is day one, hour probably 2 of South Downs Way, going from Eastbourne, and behind me up here you've got Beachy Head and what have you, going on to Winchester, which is bloody miles over this way. So I'm with Rich and Chris, who I'll introduce you to a little bit later, and we're a couple of, well, we're three, not 100% fit middle-aged fellas, so we'll see how far we get. Anyway, I'll introduce you to those guys when we stop for a cup of tea and a finger sandwich. This Sarston Stone, etc, etc. We've been walking from way over there, and we're having a rest here. We're about halfway for the day. This is Chris, and this is Rich, and this is me with the wobbly camera. Yeah, halfway through day 1 of 7, and I've got blisters, and I've almost bust my ankle. So yeah, this the salt water trick, which I still don't believe. I think he's having us on. Yeah, and Rich wants us all to compare feet at the end, which sounds a little bit weird. So yeah, lovely day for it, perfect. Lovely place, but lots of people. I don't know why, I didn't expect there to be quite this many people. It might just be the coastal bits that are like this, but we are going inland soon, the other side of that head, that peak there. So yeah, okay, so that's halfway through day 1 and blisters. Right, so we are now 10 miles in, just about, into, and this is day 1 of the South Downs Way, and we've come inland finally, thankfully. We've become a little bit sunburnt. Now, we've just stopped at a pub, had a couple of pints of beer and some scampi and chips, which was very welcome indeed, and as was the opportunity to sit down. Now, this way over here is Alfriston. Their campsite has already told me they have no space. We're going to go up to the campsite now and see if they've got any last minute cancellations and see if they can accommodate us, which would be great if they can. If they can't, well, plan B. And plan B is wild camping. We're going to continue on past Alfriston, up onto the Downs, whereupon Richard is convinced we'll find somewhere nice and private to wild camp. So that is the plan currently. Chris is currently looking for sunblock because we've all got ourselves a little bit fried. Although the sun didn't seem too strong, we were in some quite heavy winds, so we didn't notice ourselves all getting sunburned. I would rather be sunburnt than subject to sunblock, which I am almost phobic about. I hate sunblock. And it's nice to be inland. I'm not a coastal type really. I don't like the coast. Give me woodlands and valleys any day. We don't have that either just now, but there's some woods up there. Maybe that would be a nice place to wild camp if we don't have any luck with the campsite. So I'll check in again at the campsite, whether that be a legitimate one or whether it be under a hedge somewhere. See you later. So yeah, we made it onto a campsite, and we are now, the 3 of us, going to the pub, and we all feel like we're floating, almost levitating, because we're not carrying 18 kilos apiece. And yeah, this is nobody's going to turf us out tonight, which is a worry that I had for the first night. And we're walking distance from a hostelry, and we're going to come back a little sozzled. And my little tent went up great, and as long as it stays up long enough for me to start my tipsy slumber, I'll be alright. I don't care how I wake up, as long as I can get off to sleep. Good. Anyway, so that's end of a very successful day 1. Right, here we go for day 2. We slept down in that village and we managed to get into the campsite and we're very happy about that. We all went to the pub and that was very lovely too, and I discovered that I had rubbed off most of the skin on my heel, and you've got footage of that here. And we were actually in a huge amount of pain, but nevertheless good spirits. So yeah, we've climbed up a ridiculous elevation, and we're hoping that we spend the rest of the day up here on the downs, and that it's not too challenging. But it's an absolutely lovely piece of the world. From here you can see the sea over there, pig farm nicely. You've got that little that's Alfriston in that dip, and all good fun. I'll probably pass you over to the other guys a bit later so that they can have their input. But we are 1 hour into day 2. We're up on the down, the weather's holding out, and life is good. Right, we came down off the downs at the halfway point to this place. There's a youth hostel over there, and we managed to get some horrible sandwiches, and they won't let you sit inside because of COVID, and they wouldn't mind us sitting outside, but it's raining, so we found this little barn next to it, and that's what we're doing. We're taking a minute to try and dry off a bit, because we just got so wet up on the hills, which was very miserable indeed. And for a good couple of miles we were completely silent. We didn't say a word to each other. You can't hear that, Chris. I'll give you the mic.
I've got yesterday's.
Talk to the camera.
I've got yesterday's pants.
Bloody hell! I've got to be a director.
I've got yesterday's pants
He's got yesterday's pants
in my shoes to dry them off.
A heady cocktail indeed. Would you like to talk to the camera?
Oh yeah. This is all part of it. Yeah, we'll be okay. We're just got to get through this difficult period today, and then the rest of the week it'll be sunshine and happiness, so we'll be fine. We must keep our feet dry. That is a crucial thing. Oh.
Yeah. My feet have rubbed off entirely now. I've just got stumps.
Bloody stumps.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, it was too wet to get the camera out, really. So we're going back up onto the downs later, and might talk to you then. So we are halfway through day 2. Yeah. Here we are, day 3. We've got up very high, and it's a lovely sunny day today. Not too hot, nice and bright. No danger of any more of yesterday's horrible wetness. I've lost my sunglasses, which is why I am now squinting at you. My blisters became so bad that I had to ditch my walking boots, and now I'm doing the South Downs way in flip-flops. Yes, we'll see what that leads to. I was just going to throw my boots away, but they fit Chris, so Chris has taken them because he thinks that his boots, or his trainers that he bought, are not going to be up to the job, and he's now starting to get blisters of his own, so he might jump into my old walking boots. It's a very infuriating thing to be defeated by. A little bit of a sore blister. So last night was great. We pitched up on a mildly slopey campsite, and then Chris is He's carrying the chewing gums for everybody. Yeah, it was a good campsite though. Good facilities, and we went out for a proper blowout dinner last night, which was good. So I haven't really used any of my no, I haven't used any of my dried food yet. None of my pot noodles or mash or other bits and pieces. So I've just been carrying it 30 odd miles for no reason so far. But tonight is a campsite. The night after that and the night after that are both wild camping, so we'll be eating what we carry only on those days. So there we are. We've got a bit of an update halfway through the morning of day 3, and this is the scenery. I'll check in again with you later. We have stopped. We're still up on the downs. We stopped at the first bit of shade we came across. That's this. Now Chris is struggling with his feet just now. And yeah, everyone's struggling with the aroma. You're superhuman, aren't you, Rich? You've got nothing wrong at all with you.
No, fine at the moment.
Not normal. And my feet worries are behind me, thankfully. But my back and shoulders are starting to hurt now. So it's nice to come somewhere beautiful to grumble. Better than grumbling in an unattractive place. We're on our way to Devil's Dyke, is that right, today? Devil's Dyke is the halfway point today. And there'll be a pub nearby where we can, because it's a hot day, we can get through the water. There'll be a pub where I can fill up my liquids. And yeah, I'm really pleased with today, because I thought this was going to be a non-starter. I thought my feet were now dead and that was going to be the end of it, but no, here we are, still in the game. Maybe I'll bring you back at Devil's Dyke, or if we stop at a pub before or after, that's probably a better place. Right, not my finest hour, this one. I've been developing a large blister in my right foot under the ball of the foot for the last few miles, and it's recently given up. It's causing excruciating pain. All the blisters on my right foot for some reason. My left foot it seems to be fine, but my right foot is a whole lot of pain, and my sock has fused with the dressing on my heel. So I can't take my sock off to put any kind of dressing on the ball of my foot. The whole thing needs to be soaked off when we finally get to campsite. So yeah, that's pretty grim. But otherwise, I mean, lovely countryside as always. We're up on a pig hill. I think I don't know if they call it Pig Hill, but there's pigs there, and I think pigs all over this hillside in their various farms, compartments and what have you. And there's also signs up saying don't feed the pigs and all that sort of thing, unless they like unreconstituted pasta bits. I don't think they'd want to eat anything I've got anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I've had to say to the others in the most melodramatic way possible, you must go on without me, go on without me. And they were like, yeah, whatever. They weren't at all. They were like, no, we mustn't. But no, they've got to find some shade. And I'm not actually suffering in the sunlight too much today, which is good. So yeah, well, that's Today's been Devil's Dyke and Pigfields, and we're going on to somewhere called Washington to camp. But I think the idea is that we're going to go straight to a pub nearby, and then maybe get dinner and a drink, and then get a cab to the final destination of the day. So that's all good. I'm looking forward to getting back to sleep, actually. Spending a lot of calories. And I wasn't in as bad as condition as I feared, but I'm not in good enough condition either. So yeah, this is a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. And I'm just not used to the hills, because I did training for this, but it was all on the flats, and this is all ups and downs, and the downs are absolute killers. I feel like my left knee's about to pop off like a beer bottle cap at any moment when I'm going downhill. And I would already have cried off and gone home were it not for these things with my my walking poles. Well, they're brilliant. I mean, they're necessary for my tent anyway, but they're brilliant. So yes, okay, I'll drop in again soon and tell you something else.